big deal. Media is a definitional force in our lives, usually to the bad, usually to the negative. And one of the reasons why the moment that we're in right now is so important, and the only thing I'll try to impart to you about media, is we're doing well because we have leapt over and beyond traditional media. If we were relying on traditional media right now, if we were like that, the woman over there just summed it up, she said. Right? And I cannot emphasize to you, it is because the United States of America today has the lousiest major media systems in the world. I want to tell you, this is what we are up against when we're trying to get messages out, not merely about the current struggle in Wisconsin, but about fair taxation, about a reasonable distribution of the wealth and the goods of this country, about a healthcare system that works for all, about pension systems that are responsible and funded and take care of us and don't get stolen by the corporations that want to steal it, and about maintaining Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid, the three best programs this country ever started. That's what we are up against that. And I want to, so let me just give you 3 quick tips on things that I think you ought to consider doing. Number 1, there's something incredibly powerful about a crowd, right? And the media is very, very good at denying 10 people, very, very good at denying 100 people. But you know, you put 100,000 out there, 150,000, it's a great picture. And the fact of the matter is, this afternoon you're going to go up to the Capitol, a bunch of you, and demonstrate. Just walk around with your signs and stuff like that. That is a very good thing to do. You know, you can send all the press releases you want, you can have all the press conferences you want. Power is a crowd of people standing up and saying no. And that's what has happened in Wisconsin over the last month. So, understand that. First lesson of dealing with the media. Take your mask and take it someplace and do something with it. And retirees are a fantastic tool in this regard. You can actually go protest during the daytime. Right on the media's cycle. That's a very, very useful thing. So, don't underestimate your value. Although, intriguingly enough, many other Wisconsinites have figured out how to protest in the daytime recently as well. Number 2, figure out who your friends are in the media and sustain them and turn your families and your neighbors toward them. Don't try to convince somebody that's never going to cover you fairly, Wisconsin State Journal. Go and find those forces that are going to do the job. Okay, number 2, support that media, find it, sustain it, back it up. Don't try and, make the worst of corporate media better, because your chances are you're going to be banging your head against the wall. And third, and this is the final thing, and I know this is the scary thing for some of you, but not all of you, create your own media. We live in an era where it is simply ridiculous to presume that you have to wait for big media to do the job. The fact of the matter is, if you were just out of high school today, not just out of work, right? But if you were just out of high school, every one of you would know that. It wouldn't even be a debatable point, because you wouldn't read the New York Times, and you wouldn't read the Wisconsin State Journal, or the Capital Times, probably, unfortunately. And you wouldn't even listen to a lot of radio or watch a lot of cable. What you would do is you would live on that little screen, right? On the internet, on Facebook. Even now, the fact of the matter is that there are many people who don't have a computer. They just have this. And someplace in here is all the communications that they're going to deal with in the world. And it's powerful and strong. And so, seniors, retirees, who have so much time and so much energy and so much brilliance. No, I'm serious. So much time, so much energy, and so much accumulated knowledge. You need to become cutting-edge, high-tech, 21st century communicators. And you know what? It isn't that hard. I have done it. And so if you don't have a Facebook page, you need a Facebook page. And if this group doesn't have its own Facebook page, you better get a Facebook page. I'm not kidding. And if you're not Twitter, if this guy isn't Twittering every day, then he better start doing it, and you better be getting the capacity to read his Twitter feed. Because the bottom line is, the power in the 21st century lies with the media that we will create for ourselves. A media that we control and that we can work with immediately, not go through gatekeepers, not go through power, not go through some corporation. It's our tool and we can use it. And if you learn to use it, and if you learn to use it well, and it will take you a day to do so, this is not hard. If you learn to use it and you learn to use it well, you will double the size of your organization and you will exponentially increase the power of your activism.